What's up? In today's video, I'm going to show you how we automate payments for our coaching clients. I'll show you two automations. I'll show you the first one that we used to do in Stripe, which is this one you're looking at right now. And then I'll show you what we do now, which is something in Zapier. So it's pretty much the same, but it's more simple and it's less, I think it's more cost effective as well. So I got a sweet new mic as well, so I think the sound is a little bit better than it used to, hopefully. So now I just need to work on the lighting so I don't look like someone from the Walking Dead, but one step at a time. Right, let's get into it. So you might look at this at first glance and think, holy hell, how the hell does this work? It's actually not that complicated. It is quite simple. It just looks complicated, but you can see just all of these rows are pretty much the same. It's very similar. It's just a way of routing what kind of payment is going through and what needs to happen, so we can kind of source and track what payments are coming through. But I'll show you the Stripe. I'll show you everything. But there's some things that I can't show you inside of Make.com because it has sensitive data. So I've done some screen dumps here that I'm gonna get into, but we'll take it step by step. So first one is the Stripe, which is the trigger, and it is just a regular webhook set up with the API key. And the way that you do this, I can't go into Stripe because I'll show sensitive data, but I can show you how you set up the API key. So what you do simply in Stripe, you search up API and then you click on this one, developers-API keys. And once you get in, then you will see this view. I have blacked out our API keys because that's sensitive data as well. But what you need to do is just hit create secret key, and then you just follow the instructions, and then you have a secret key. Then you have the token, which is here, and that's what you copy in to create this trigger. And this is just a Stripe that's called Watch Events. Now I'll go into Make and show you. So I click on this one and it's just like this, and then you simply just click add, and then you go through and then you take the token and add it as the text. So now that's how that is set up. So what we've done in order to track these different things is that inside of all of our Stripe payment links when we used Stripe was that we had a metadata assigned to it, and from that then we could track like what kind of payment this is, because it was really hard to figure out what kind of unique link each payment had. We couldn't really figure that out, so we kind of did this budget solution, I would call it almost, where we did a metadata and assigned something unique to each one. So we do have the PIF, we have payment installments if they want to break it into halves. So first installment and second installment, and then we also have like a special day offer. Right now it's the Memorial one. That was the last kind of offer that we ran with a discount, and this one we just change up every time we do something different. But that's how the routing works. Obviously you can also just do Klarna or Afterpay or EloPay or something else, but we also wanted to offer just something that split it in half instead of only going for Klarna. So we did that, and it actually was fine. Like a few number of people used it, so that was pretty good. Now the next couple of ones is just setting variables, and I'll get into what that actually means. But if we click on the first one, this means that we simply just need to format the date that comes through from Stripe, and so it looks correct and it reads correct, so we can put it into the Google Sheets in the correct order. So we simply just have to tell Make.com that we want month, date, year. That's basically how it works. That's all you need to do here. This thing is what you take from the Stripe. You can see that it's kind of bubbling, or whatever you call that. You put it in, and then you just choose this one that's called format date. Pretty simple stuff, and that's because it comes in like this, and then you can see like the example of what it comes out of as well, out as well. So that's the date set. The next one is amount. So the amount comes in with 0 commas or punctuations. So you need to, we just kind of divided it by 100 so we could get the zeros out of the way and get the correct amount of zeros, I guess, or numbers in total. Yeah, so that's how that works. And these are exactly the same for all of them. It's just rinse and repeat, basically. Now, next thing is the Google Sheet. And this is just kind of routing where you want all of the data to be put. We put it in our P&L sheet that we have with our client, and we just put date, the amount, and then customer details, basically. That's it. And then we have some sourcing here. And that's it. Pretty simple stuff. The next thing, I'm gonna go back into Miro because I can't show you because of sensitive data. But the school one, that's the next one, right? Yes, the school, this is a third-party software like module that we paid for and bought so we could invite people automatically because school only integrates with Zapier. So if you do it in Make, you have to do like this third-party stuff. This is basically just setting up a webhook through the school settings. It's very simple. I also have a video on that on the channel. If I actually don't recall I used that, but let me know if you want a video about that and I'll happily make one. And you simply just link it with the group webhook you have in your group that's specific to your group, and then you link it up with the customer email. That's it. Then it works. Then they get invited to the school group. And yeah, the next one is the Slack channel. This is just sending like the information about we got a new sale, who bought, how much did they pay, what's the email, and the source. Like, was it a paid in full, was it a split payment, Memorial Day offer, something like that. That's basically what that is. And then we go onwards to the HTTP request. This is also just to update the CRM inside of Go High Level because we couldn't make it work with the integrated Go High Level stuff. So we did it with like a webhook HTTP request instead. Let me know if you want me to help you set this up. It's pretty straightforward, but I can't really go through it right now because it also has sensitive data, but it's basically just linking the customer name and email with a JSON content type and then a URL to the CRM stuff. That's it. So final thing about the Gmail, the final module in this one is just where we send them a email saying, hey, welcome to UGC Fast Track. That's the name of the coaching program that we work with. And just saying like your payment was successful, you're now officially part, thank you so much, you should have received another email with the invitation, stuff like that. Very, very simple, very straightforward, just mandatory stuff. So yeah, that's actually how that works. We don't use this anymore actually because we used it as a backup in case other payments don't go through, but we've transitioned into using WAP and actually moved it over to Zapier because I think in terms of the cost effective, this is more cost effective because there's so many operations inside of this one automation, and inside of make.com you pay per operation, and one operation is like one little module in there, and on Zapier you pay per SAP. So that's like a full run through. That's one payment. So we think this is more cost effective. It's also a lot easier just to work with because school is directly integrated and Zapier is more beginner friendly and has a better user interface. If you don't need like super advanced stuff, you can just settle with Zapier. I would also go for SAPs, to be honest. Just make it easier for yourself. But yeah, that's how we set this up. I hope this was helpful to anyone. I'm not like saying this is the correct version of doing it. This is just what we have come to conclusion with that works for us. So if you have any suggestions to how we can improve this, let me know. It would be nice to know. And also comment down below or connect with me on IG if you have any suggestions to what kind of videos you want to see. I'll happily do whatever you request. But that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.